Hey guys, Ryan Dawsey here. I know when you're following kind of a text tutorial on how to do something, it can be a little confusing. So I wanted to walk you through exactly kind of step by step how we're pulling this list of unknown equity through list source. So if you don't have a list sourced account, that's going to be the first one. You can create it. It should be free. Just know they're not the cheapest when it's a new account. I think they charge you like 20 cents a record. Our cost is all the way down to 3.5 cents with the volume we do. So if you need help pulling it, just let us know. But on this particular list here, so you're going to start with your geography. So where are you targeting? You can do, map search tool. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to do zip code because it's the easiest. So I'm just going to throw in a few zip codes here. Now, keep in mind, this is a pretty niche list, so you're not necessarily going to have thousands of results. It's going to be a smaller list, but after you've thrown in your zip codes here, we want to throw in some mortgage criteria. Now, keep in mind, we're pulling unknown equity, which means we literally don't know how much they have. The best way we can kind of ensure that these are people who can afford to sell to us is by flagging the mortgage origination date. So I like to start at, kind of what I always use, kind of the beginning of time, January 1st, 1900. I don't think ListSource is going to have data older than that. From there, we're going to go about 10 years back. Now, obviously, you can play with this depending on your market, if you've had rapid appreciation, things of that nature. But I typically go about 10 years back. So we're going to do the 25th of April back in 2008 and add it in. Crap, I did these backwards. Give me a second here. Now you notice when we click this on, it's going to drop us from 28,000 results down quite a bit. So we'll give it a second here to process, and we're down to 3,900. Now we want to add in property types. When you're using list source, you always want to go detailed. This will make sure you click single family and you're not mailing like condos, for instance. So with us, we're typically going to do duplex, multifamily 10 plus, as well as under 10. I'm going to do multifamily dwelling, mixed complex. That's, like an apartment with retail stores, that kind of a deal beneath it. And then quad, triplex, and single family. If you're new to this, you're just getting started. I mean, a lot of guys just mail the single families. I recommend throwing the multis in there. You never know what could kind of fall in your lap. Typically, they're so small that it's really not going to add all of that much to your actual list. Now, we've got our properties in there. We have our mortgage origination date. Now we're going to head over to equity. And what we're going to click here is this one, unknown. Just about everybody else does, 40 to 100, 35 to 100, somewhere in there. Most people neglect this option. So you're going to throw that in there. Notice this drops this down quite a bit. We're at 111 people. So that's a fairly niche list. You're going to have to cast probably a much wider net than the 3 zip codes I did. I'll warn you, you're going to get some weird stuff. You're going to get some farms. You're going to get some acreage. You're going to get potentially some distressed commercial. But there is solid gold just kind of sitting in this list of people who honestly could own their house free and clear that for some reason Zillow or ListSource just doesn't have good data on. So you can kind of hop in at a steal. This house we have pictured here actually was owned free and clear, was just sitting there. We got her at the right time, and we got a $220,000 house that needs barely anything for $150K. So I hope that helps. You may want to rewatch this and kind of walk through it step by step. If there's anything else we can do to serve you in your business, just let us know. Thanks.